Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, what is up? The King of Lightning is here today, bringing you guys and gals Bleach. Titan Kubo's finest work, chapter 662 review. Now, if you have not seen the live reaction to the chapter, there'll be an annotation right here, as well as a link in the box below. I have recovered from that night of, well, basically the emergency. It did take all night, like I said it would, all right? And it was messy. It was a very crazy emergency. We're talking about like 10 hours non-stop work on that emergency. But it was taken care of. The messes were cleaned. And now here I am in front of you, nice, prepped, ready to fucking go. All right? Okay. So, well, we said, ladies and gentlemen, is the power of Yoruichi. She's a very powerful woman. Even though she is a 2D drawn manga character, she still has a lot of power. Trust me. This chapter of Bleach is very important. So number one, the pacing overall is relatively simple, straightforward, nothing too grandiose there at all. When it comes to the story progression, here is where this chapter starts to shine. This chapter, compared to the previous chapters of Bleach, is actually a very impressive chapter. Ooh, a very impressive chapter. You have Urahara coming to assist Yoruichi. So now it's a 2 versus 1 situation, even though it ends off on what appears to be a straightforward 1v1. And that's the second part of the story progression, which is Yoruichi transform into this new Raijin state, the Flash God super transformation. She has the cat tail going on, she has cat ears, she has like lightning cat claws. It's pretty damn cool. I think she even has like a weird effect going on to where the lightning is like her bottom, like her underwear, maybe? I'm not too sure, but either way, it's pretty cool nonetheless. I dig it. I mean, I couldn't react to it because again, I had the emergency, but I did like the transformation. It was pretty sick. And how Urahara was able to activate it is kind of strange. When I peel this off, you'll transform, or something on those lines. And he just like, I was like, what? Like, I mean, she did state before that she didn't want to willingly, she wouldn't of her own free will transform to the state. So he had to force her to transform somehow, some way. We'll find out, obviously. But he peeled something off. She saw something. And when she saw that something, or maybe something went to her, I'm not too sure, but something happened to where it caused her to transform to the state. Now, some folks are telling me that she combined with her Zanpakuto. And I'm like, maybe. Because we've never seen the Zanpakuto on her. So perhaps Urahara, when he peeled off something, that was like a seal. That seal had the Zanpakuto in it, and like it dashed towards her, and then it happened so fast, and she transformed so quickly to where not even Naklevar could see it. Something like that. I don't know, man. To me, it's shaky. I'm not too sure if it was actually a Zanpakuto thing, though I do want to note that when it comes to her cat transformation, Yushiro is the next successor of the Shihoin house, and he has not transformed once into anything. So whether it be cat, dog, falcon, nothing. Falcon, but no, he just transformed once. Yoruichi, we have seen her transform into a cat. So perhaps that transformation was a feature of her Zanpakuto. And so when you see the cattail thing, her Zanpakuto may have activated in some way, shape, or form. Like, maybe, man. Just throw it to a maybe, and let's move on with that. Now, what it comes down to is, does she have enough power to reach beyond the lethal dosage limit of Naklevar? The next part of the story category is, I think, the most important part of the story progression in this entire chapter, and one of the most important bits of story progression for the entirety of this arc thus far. And that is Kubo revealing who all the 5 war potentials are. This, to me, I thought was very good, because a lot of folks did care, but honestly, it's been some time since the whole war potential bit was gaining any spotlight when it came to the Bleach fandom. honestly. Because most folks at this point in time didn't really even care about the whole 5 war potential thing. But now Kubo is bringing it back to the spotlight. So he reveals that the 5 war potentials are Ichigo for his lane ability, which you already knew. Kenpachi for his fighting strength. You have Ichibe for his wisdom. So the Mad Monk Rick Ross himself, he is one of the war potentials. Now, the man is the guy who named everything in Soul Society. So wisdom being one of his core attributes makes perfect sense. It is Aizen Sosuke for his Reiatsu alone. When you are on like the 4th, 18th dimension, that's a massive jump. But when you are on a higher plane of existence or whatever, and your Reiatsu is that powerful, you have caught Yua's attention. And for Reiatsu alone, Aizen was on the list. And finally, Urahara Kisuke for his means. Whatever situation arises, whatever the Quincy throw their way, Urahara will find a way around it eventually. Now, I'm surprised Mairi's not on that list as well. There should be 6, because Mairi, he's along the same lines as Urahara. Though probably it's because Urahara is more effective than Mairi. Maybe. Yeah, seriously. Because, I mean, Mairi's the same guy that knew about the whole shadow thing beforehand, had a room that was just pure bright, like no shadows anywhere in one room. It was like, dog, like what do you, had some crazy suit on. So, like Mairi, he's on the same lines as Urahara when it comes to means. I mean, basically to me, that's just saying it's utility belt and pulling out whatever shit you can. Alright, like that's what it means to me. But at the same time, he's not, again, I guess, as effective as Urahara. That's my guess. But not only is it important that Kubo revealed who they were, but why they were considered to be war potentials. That's a very important bit. Fighting ability, lane ability, or fighting strength, lane ability, Reiatsu, wisdom, means. So that to me, I thought was very cool. That was very cool. Getting on to characterization, I mean, aside from like the character interaction between Yoruichi and Urahara, where it's funny, it's playful, there were so many sexual innuendos between the two. It was ridiculous, honestly. Oh my goodness, dude. They were going back and forth and back and forth. I was like, oh my god, dude. Like, it was just raunchy. But hey, I'm a fan of that. I am, truth be told. But also, again, it's the fact that it is revealed that Urahara himself is a member of the War Potentials. It is her new form. So in this chapter, the characterization and a lot of the story progression go hand in hand. And then finally, I suppose it is the effectiveness of Naklevar's fighting ability and his fighting style. Because that poison ball, as far as I know, is slow as shit. And somehow, some way, he's able to actually hit Yoruichi with that. And on top of that, the fact that she was in her Raijin state, her regular Raijin state, and he still is able to just say, you know what, yeah, get out of here. In your state, you can't beat me. Okay, Naklevar, alright, buddy. Okay, alright, happy feet. But granted, she's not in like 100% combat ability because of, you know, the poison ball and the medicine not being like a 100% fix-all. Because it was done, again, prematurely. Again, Naklevar, he's effective. He's very effective. But he plays it off a lot. Just how Urahara was playing it off when Naklevar was talking about how Yuha holds Urahara in high regard, saying, no, that's an overestimation. Don't believe what you hear all the time. That kind of stuff. I get the feeling that Naklevar, he's hiding something. Alright? So, in this case, Naklevar and Urahara, they're very similar. Which may mean that these two may be the ones that actually butt heads at the end. Maybe. I mean, that's what I'm thinking, but who knows. So overall, the chapter was actually a very good chapter of Bleach. Tate Kubo. It's been a while, but this was a, at least, good plus to great chapter of Bleach. Yeah. So, that being said, I'm done. King Lightning, rate the video, comment, and subscribe as always. Peace. Have a nice goddamned day.